We are also honored today to have Dr. Tom O'Callaghan, CEO of iHeed, on stage to deliver his speech. Dr. O'Callaghan, please.
Dallas music is fantastic. Oh, that's what it is, yeah. Datuk Norah Hisham, Your Excellency Hilary Riley, Dr. Azmani, Khalib, Professor David, Prem, Professor Hannah, and Professor Michael. I'm delighted to add my voice to David's to thank and welcome you all here today. And particularly to welcome the new trainees. Where are you? It's great. We look forward to meeting you all afterwards, and we really appreciate the trust you've shown in joining this partnership, and we will show you our strong commitment to support you all on this journey. From the iHeed team particularly, we're really looking forward to using the latest tools, technology, and online resources and supports to help you on this journey, particularly for those of you who are working from remote locations and from home. And I know already Barbara and Brian and Anthony and some of the team have been in contact with you and in setting up some of those systems. So we're really looking forward to innovating with you collectively, and we really look forward to your input into how we can add more value to that journey. I had the good fortune in travelling out to this event yesterday with our new programme director, Dr. John Latham. And you know, not only is he a very highly respected medical educator and author and writer in Ireland, but I suppose more importantly from my perspective as a family doctor and somebody who went through the training you guys are going to go through, he's also a very kind, generous and understanding man who's given many years of his life looking after his community in an area of social deprivation in Dublin, working with people often in very many difficult circumstances. So I think it's very exciting because I know the passion and enthusiasm that exists amongst you guys to have somebody who has that experience, but more importantly has that character and integrity. And I know he will gain your trust and respect as you work together. And more importantly, I think you'll all have a lot of fun. I mean, there was one thing I'd use to describe this partnership from the beginning, it's been a lot of fun. And I think although we're tackling a very serious subject and doing an important work, it's equally important that we have some fun along the way, and I think that's going to be very important as we work with you guys to really impact the daily lives of patients and families here in Malaysia as you work as family physicians. So Dr. Shri, Dr. Artani, Dr. Azaz and Dr. Royhan, you've all taken up this challenge with great gusto, and even just as we met beforehand, the enthusiasm for the meetings this week and making sure everyone's got their work lined out. It's really exciting to work with such passionate doctors and committed family physicians. And I know as you work with John more closely and in a really deep partnership, I believe very exciting things will come from this programme. And as David said, we're starting with 35 very excited trainees this year, and we hope next year to be able to increase that. As David said, we'd also particularly like to acknowledge the hard work of Dr. Norah Hisham, who came to Dublin, engaged with us at all times, has made himself extremely available and has been enormously supportive in gaining support and funding and opening doors to make sure that this programme would be a great success. So we really appreciate his wonderful leadership and support here. And I think I'd really like to acknowledge the great team in MOH, particularly Dr. Nasrilla and the patient man, Dr. Shafi, who has all these women around him. So he's always keeping calm, so it's great. There's a great team there, and Dr. Idawati, and all those colleagues. From the very moment we engaged, I know with Brian, David and myself when we came here first to have the discussions, and Fintan, you've always been so gracious, so kind, so open, and always trying to find a solution. And many times it's been difficult for all of us, but I think everyone was committed to find the solution, and we found all the solutions, and that's led to the success of today. I'd particularly like to acknowledge the huge work of David. Without him, none of this would have happened, and it's fantastic to have him here and to have this occasion. David has always been able to find a bit of fun in everything and to find the solution, and he pushes us, which is good, and then he recognises the success when it happens. And also, obviously, the teams in both UCD and RCSI, particularly Grania, who isn't here, and Michael McGreal, who did a lot of work in the background with us, with their institutions, and now they're being represented here by both deans. So I believe, as a family physician, and I think we all do, that great things happen when we find a common purpose, and I think we have all the ingredients here. A great partnership across 2 countries, two great healthcare systems, and I think over the next few years we're going to see a great success. I think, having been a family physician myself for almost 30 years, hard to believe, I now recognise how important it is to have a good family physician. And many people I meet in many walks of life, they always say to you, I really recognise how important it is to have a good family physician, and having a good family physician is probably one of the most important things in life. I know it's hard to believe, but I really sincerely believe that. I mean, often it's someone who is your friend, who cares about you, who's there to listen to you and guide you through often complex life challenges, and healthcare systems which can often be difficult to navigate. They can be challenges you individually face, or challenges you or a member of your family face. They can be physical, psychological, social, emotional. And often that person helps you find and steer the right course through that difficult situation. And very often it may be just simply the ability to be there and listen and care. They may not necessarily have to find a physical solution or a solution. And I suppose what I found in my career, and I know John would probably mirror this, and all of the family physicians in the room would mirror this, what you get in return is far more. One of my patients put his hand on my shoulder as he was going out of the consultation room, and he said to me, "You're not only my doctor, but you're my friend." And I suppose that's what being a family physician is all about. You become their friend, they become your friends, you become part of their family becomes part of your family. And I suppose the rewards you get from that in your career outweighs all the hard work, the stress, the pressures, the many hours of long work. And I think that's what we're all here to achieve. And I know these new trainees are on an exciting journey. Many of you have been in practice for many years and have shown that commitment already. But we wish you every success on that journey, and you have our commitment to support you. Thank you.